Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of After the Devs, where I, Totalxclipse, and a fellow content creator break down all the information given to us in the Coffee Stain Studio Devs live stream over on Twitch. Now, I will put a link to their live stream in the About section below, the details section, so do check that out. But we're going to jump straight into it, starting off with a little bit of information about the recent Satisfactory Tips event that we had and the next one coming up. So let's jump into it. So I would like to welcome back our community events manager for Satisfactory Tips back to the After the Devs. Welcome, Braindg.
Well, thank you very much for having me once again. Appreciate your invite.
Pleasure as always. So for those of the viewers out there who don't know you already, what is it that you do within the community other than help us out with the events?
Indeed. So I primarily stream Satisfactory on Twitch. I do have a few videos on YouTube, tutorial videos centered around area actions. I stream on 2 days, Tuesdays and Thursdays. On Tuesdays, I kind of do my own build, my own thing. Then on Thursdays, it's fully community focused, where we start doing building community games and have a community game starting around about 9 o'clock UK time called Braind's Build Battle, where we have 8 contestants fighting out to be the best creative builder, let's say, of the evening. So a lot of fun. So.
Definitely. And speaking of Braind's Build Battles, we did actually feature that game in our Satisfactory Tips event in November, and we're actually going to be putting on another one coming up in December. So we're going to do just a very quick breakdown of what happened, and more importantly, talk a bit about what we're going to be doing for the next one. So the first event, I think I can speak for the both of us and say it was a huge learning curve for us. We took a lot on, and we've been able to break down everything that we thought we did well, what we wanted to work on. And so we're going to look at making the event more community focused, community driven. And we've also decided that it's going to be best to have a single featured content creator for each event. And as for what we've got planned, do you want to let them know a little bit what's going down?
Exactly. So like Total just said, there was a lot of lessons learned from the previous event, but it was very well received. There's lots of very positive feedback, so let's not forget. But we have taken away a lot of lessons learned. So we're condensing down the event to a smaller, more focused event. So we're going to focus on a featured content creator each event, just the one this time. And they'll be throughout the event participating in certain segments, and obviously getting to their main event, where they'll have a whole hour section focused on their content. But this time around, wrapped around that main feature, we're going to have 3 community games. We're going to once again come back to Braind's Build Battle. We have Chicken's Maze, and then Total, there's another special community game getting built, right?
Yes, we've got a few little things in the works, one of them being a community game, which we'll be giving you a bit more information about closer to the date, as it's a brand new one for you.
Built by a member of the community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we're really excited to show off, and they've done an excellent job so far. Our featured content creator for this event, do you want to reveal it?
Yes. For this event coming up, it's the one, the only RunestoneGaming. I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to our event.
Definitely. Full of energy, has an excellent stream, and he's also got an excellent YouTube as well. And more importantly, he has chosen the screenshots themes for the competition. So what are they?
Well, we're starting with power plant. It's going to be a vanilla, no mods, but a best power plant.
We also have another theme which we thought we'd introduce, which is modded. So anything modded, that way if you have a screenshot with mods in it, which we don't normally have for the other screenshots, we'll be able to use for that one. So you can compete with that.
Yep. And the next one from Runestone is the best hypertube setup. So get your pipes out. Let's see what you can do with them.
And the last screenshot theme given by Runestone is based around sunsets. So the best sunset nature involved pick that you can find in game. So get in, go driving about, find the best spot and take a screenshot. We'll be putting the screenshots onto the Discord page. Do check the link below. Probably at the end of this week and opening up the event for that so that people can start submitting it.
Exactly. And keep an eye out on Twitter for more information as well.
Definitely. So with that out of the way, we are going to sweep that to the side and we're going to be talking about the live stream that was now yesterday, the 24th of November. And straight off the bat, what the Coffee Stain Studios community managers told us. Now, if you do want to check this live stream, it was a pretty good one. Do check the link in the description to the VOD, which is over on Twitch. So, first of all, they've been fixing the crashes over on Experimental, and they're pretty confident that they've got all the client sides crashes sorted. So there may be a few other crashes, but they shouldn't be due to that. Moving on.
Yeah, I think next week they're going to be bringing out, well, they call that a little thing, but I think it's quite a big thing, an engine upgrade. And Jace is going to release a video towards the end of the week detailing out what's involved with that upgrade. I believe there's going to be some performance gains for us, the players, which is good news. And also there's some benefits for the devs behind the scenes. So hopefully we'll get some information about what's happening there at the end of the week. So looking forward to that.
Definitely. One thing I will mention with that is because it is a whole new engine upgrade. In fact, they're upgrading the engine, I think, by 3 phases or whatever it's set at.
Versions, yeah.
3 versions, thank you. The important thing to bear in mind is there are probably going to be a lot of crashes associated with Experimental, so do make sure that you back up your saves, and also do not use mods in Experimental because it's I think a problem with SML, but pretty much all the mods are going to be non-functioning. So do bear that in mind.
Exactly. We had a bit more information about the mugs as well. They are finalizing the prototypes. And I think they're going to release the mugs on the shop around about the time when Update 4 is being released, which is about, I think, February into March sometime, hopefully.
Yeah, they did talk about that a little bit more, just saying that they're hoping February, March time, but just to be on the safe side, they'll say the first quarter of the year for Update 4 and also the mugs. As for European delivery options, they're still working on it. That's all the news that we've had in regards to that. But after that, they moved on to the community highlights part of the show where they look. Oh no, they didn't. They didn't. I'm missing the biggest part of the event. So this was a special live stream, and they had a special guest for it. So the special guest this week was none only Mr. Braindg. Do you care to enlighten us?
I thought you were saying it was me. It wasn't me. It was Josh from Let's Game It Out.
Yeah. So
and what a welcome he got from chat. Everyone got really excited.
He did. I mean, everyone's been asking for him for a long time, so it was such a lovely surprise. And he seems like such a down-to-earth guy. And it's really important, I think, for us to remember that this guy was pretty small. When he started out doing Satisfactory content, he was talking about it, but I think he was about 20,000 subscribers. And he's now at like 2.1 million or
something
so
like that,
subscribers, which is crazy. He seems so down to earth. So it was a really pleasant surprise, and everyone was like fanboying, fangirling over him. It was great fun. Definitely recommend checking out the VOD. After this, like having a chat with him for probably about an hour. They went on to talk about the community highlights, the community showcase, like they normally do, showcasing various screenshots from members of the community. And Josh got to have his little say on it. We don't cover them in this, so do check the VOD out for that. And then afterwards, the content creator spotlight could be none other than Josh himself, seeing as he was there on the show. But the creativity he has to try and break games.
I know, right? The
Crazy.
patience, I think, is more to the point. I wouldn't have that patience.
Yeah, there's no way I could do that. But moving on from that, once he left, they very quickly sped around questions and answers. So it was literally the last 15 minutes. But one of the things that was asked was, I think, whether Satisfactory is coming to Mac, and they reinforced the idea that as a platform, they're focusing on Windows at the moment, and this goes for consoles as well. They're going to push out onto Windows the full game, because if they start trying to prep for Xbox, PlayStation, Mac, Linux, the problem is that they're splitting all their time between trying to fix all the crashes, so it's a much slower process. So they'd much rather just finish the game, get that out, and then potentially look at other platforms.
Exactly. And we had the inevitable questions about dedicated servers. It's still going to be released separate from everything else. No times yet, but there was questions around modding with dedicated servers. It won't come with official modding, but they reckon the SML may work with the dedicated servers. So we'll have to keep an eye on that when that happens. There's also some discussions about belts versus pipes and how which is more intensive in CPU. And I think the outcome was that belts were more CPU intensive. Something to keep in mind.
They then went on to also mention, when it comes to, I guess we can tie it in with optimizations, but whether split screen will be available for Satisfactory. And they said that was a hard no. Pretty much because you end up having to render two versions of the game at once, and because they're really trying to push the graphics of the game, it's not feasible from an optimization point of view.
Yeah, exactly. And recently as well, they put a post up on Twitter about content creators. Do you know any more about that, Total?
Yes. So if you were on Twitter, they put a post out saying there's this. If you're a content creator for Satisfactory, then fill out this online form. And so I did. And then it was like, thank you. No other information. So I did ask them today, like, well, what was that about? And they said that it's basically a way for them to get in contact with video and stream content creators primarily, to be able to give them questionnaires about how they can potentially add to the game in the content creators' eyes. And also it gave them a directory of content creators. So potentially in the future they might publish this directory, so that if you're looking for Satisfactory content and you don't want to go through YouTube, which will focus on a few of the top content creators, but actually have a look at all the other things that are other content creators that have content available, then you can go through that and see a non-bias directory, which was a really nice thing, and I think it would be really helpful as well.
Definitely.
That was pretty much everything that they covered though, so they didn't let on anything else. I was hoping they were going to send a little email with like one of those confidentiality like clauses, like dedicated servers are coming in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
And
sign up now. Yeah.
You're not allowed to talk about it, but get ready. Sorry guys, no such thing. Or is it? And am I just keeping my cards very close to my chest? No, really, there is nothing. I don't want an angry email from Snut and Chase going, why are you spreading false rumors?
Or are we?
Or are we?
I'm joking.
You're gonna get me in trouble here.
Oh, sorry, shut up.
Moving on from that, we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming community events. Obviously, there is mine and Runestone's multiplayer games. Runestone's is on a Friday, and there's also mine, which is on Saturday at 6 p.m. GMT.
Exactly.
Then there's yours.
Yeah, well, not forgetting Braind's Build Battle every Thursday night. We mentioned at the head of this this video, but yeah, every Thursday night, come along, jump on in the arena and do some creative builds. More the merrier. And I think this week, actually, I've got a bit of a surprise that the prize pool is significantly bigger than it's ever been before. So if you want to get your hands on a little bit more cash this week, ready for Christmas, make sure you pop in on Thursday. And I think also, you're joining?
I'm joining.
You're not allowed. But yeah, I think also we need to give a shout out to Respawn Repeat. He had his event at the weekend. I think it was really well received.
Yeah,
you were participating, and I think you won, didn't you?
I was abused. I was like a guinea pig being forced to run on a little treadmill while you guys dropped in and watched me and laughed at me. But yeah, I was very lucky. I came out on top. But the whole concept of his event was that you had a maximum of 400 megawatts of power, and with that power you had, and 5 hours of time, you had to create 1 screw, 100 fabric, 1,000 rotors, 500 smart plating, 250 heavy modular frames, 250 computers, and 100 modular engines.
Is this tarred in your brain now? How have you remembered all that?
It was a difficult time for me. No, it was really good fun, and I mean, we didn't manage to get it all done in 5 hours, but thanks to finding the steel screw alternate recipe in one of the hard drives, I was very lucky. I was able to get all the smart plating, and what else? Smart plating, the rotors, and as well as the fabric and the screws. So, and I also got a few of the heavy modular frames done. So I was doing quite well, and I just came up ever so slightly on top, and that was against 3 other streamers. So there was the Last Pen Fighter,
Gamer
Ready
Fox
to Play, and the Gamer Fox. Yeah, and we all had fun. We had a lot of fun. And Respawn Repeat specifically said, be very observant when you start the game, because there's like a jetpack and all these like little like Easter eggs for you to like pick up and make the most out of. Well, I just deleted the hub and went off on my merry way.
Yeah, you just spawned in,
just
deconstructed, like, jumped off,
screw
off
this,
you went.
I'm off. But no, it was brilliant fun, and his next event is coming on the 19th of December. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think he may be looking for one more contestant. So if that does interest you, do contact him either on Twitter or through Twitch. And other than that, there's our website, satisfactorytips.com. The event's on the 12th of December. So more information coming with that too.
So for more information on what's happening at satisfactorytips.com website, the event, make sure you head over to Twitter, check out the website. All the information will be coming over the next couple weeks.
Anyway, guys, we're going to leave it there. I must say thank you, Braindg, once again for joining me. Greatly appreciate it, man.
Thank you for having me once again. It's an honor.
A pleasure as always. Anyway, until next time, ciao. So that's all we have time for in this episode of After the Devs. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a thumbs up. It does help me a lot. And obviously, if you want to see more of my content, you can find me over on Twitch, or you can subscribe to me on here if you haven't already. Anyway, guys, I do have to say a massive thank you for watching this, and also a huge thank you to all of our supporters. Most notably, our Solar Eclipse Patreons, The Calamity, Bo Papa, and Tommy Ostgard, as well as our Lunar Eclipse Patreon, Matt Lippard, and our blood moon of the day, Prader85. Anyway, guys, until next time, as always, ciao for now.